So I will get this going on. So CoinMarketCap is first on our list tonight. And then there's IDEX. Oh, I think we saw it. Welcome everybody to Bitcoin Workshops number 84. We are located on meetup.com and we are live on Facebook right now, and this is a podcast on Apple iTunes and Podbean, and you are listening to this recording. Every Thursday we get together, we go over the crypto market, we talk about Bitcoin and other projects. We don't offer any advice. If it sounds advicey, then you're just hearing it wrong. What we do is we give you a little bit of insight. We show you what's going on with software. We go over some of the numbers. You take it for what it is. You learn what you can from it. And you go and you apply yourself in this marketplace. And with our guidance over time and the camaraderie of the club and more support of such, you can get farther together than you can alone. And that's how we feel about this since day one. I'm very grateful for this club. We've grown from 0 to 1,250 members. Tonight we got a few new people as well. We always have a few every week. Right now, the market's still not popping and going crazy, so we don't have the room busting out either, and that's what happens. Like, so the last Thursday there, when everything was up, we filled out even outside and all that, and I had to yell my thing and my throat was killing me, so we had a monster amount of peeps. Right now, Bitcoin's been behaving a little bit weird. It hasn't been taking off like they all anticipated the first couple weeks there of April. If you guys were paying attention and following along with things, right? The one site that I show every time we talk is the coinmarketcap.com. And just this last week, CoinMarketCap upgraded, and now you can run a watch list, which is like a portfolio that you attempt to buy or you want to keep an eye, and it's lovely. So watch that for yourself. All you got to do is log in now with your email and password, make yourself a little login, and then you can have this. Now CoinMarketCap has just released a brand new app just this week for the phone. So Android store and the iPhone store, you guys can check that out, and you can grab yourself the new app, and it's really slick and it's beautiful, and it does act again like a portfolio for you in the phone, and it helps you track everything, and it's a little different interface than the website itself. We come to the website all the time. It's actually acting up a little bit right now too. It's saying something weird here. That's okay. So Bitcoin is at $5,279 US. We always check it every week, and we kind of stamp that in our recordings and stuff like that. And the reason we do that is because people will listen back and they will see how much we've grown and how it's accumulated. Okay. Today I put out a slide. Let's see if I can find that quick for us. I think it was on. It was an interesting slide. I want to show you guys this. We are on Instagram on Bitcoin Workshops, so you guys can find us there if you like Instagram. We are also on Facebook, so you can join our Facebook group. And we are also on Telegram in a private little chat room that we kind of just don't show anybody else but us. So if anybody wants in on that, you can always talk to me about that, and I can let you in because I can zip you guys in there. In the Telegram group, people can just be themselves. They can chat about anything and get the word out there. In the Facebook group, we put a lot of things of what we're doing with the meetups and other events, and there's other things going on in the blockchain space and the crypto space, okay? Lately, crypto hasn't been as popular as blockchain, okay, in the business world, but crypto's been incredibly popular in just the everyday person's world. Everyday people like us have felt the empowerment of cryptocurrency in our lives, a little taste of it. A lot of us have. And like I was saying earlier, Bitcoin's been around now for 10 years, okay? And it's been amazing. Get rid of this, and then let's hit this here. Come on in, Tom. How you doing?
Good.
Good. We are recording tonight, just so you know. We're on Facebook Live here, and hi everybody, and all that stuff. So, this chart is what I pumped out today, and I was telling everyone to join us here tonight. If you had invested $100 US dollars in each of the coins on this list at the moment of their exchange listing, how much would it be today? And keep in mind, this is a 2019 slide, but it's not today. Kev, how are you? Come on in. Good to see you, bud. So what they're saying is if Kevin had put $100 in a Bitcoin way back when,
yeah,
and that, if you look at the chart that started back here in 2010, did you love it?
Man, I was loving that.
One hundy is equal to $1,315,363, $100. So when anyone, including my mom, friends at dinner, when we go to birthday parties, and they say to me, why are you into Bitcoin? What's the big deal about it? Why do you give a shit? What's the secret? You know, all this kind of stuff all the time. I love showing stats like this. I love just coming out with, you know, if you had put $100 in back when it came out, you'd be sitting on $1.3 million right now. That's why I'm in it. That's why I'm in it. Okay, everyone's always looking for the why. Welcome to why Jan's in this, because the point is the lift on economy is unlike any other segment and any other banking item or any of these things that are traditional business. And Tom loves that, Darcy loves that, Kevin loves that, and a lot of you love it. And that the reason is that you haven't seen this in other aspects of our life, right? Like we've always been taught that mortgages were this much and loans were this, and then stocks made this much, and that's where all the big money was. And then there's hedge funds and mutual funds and all these 0.75% and a 2% and all this stuff. And when we look at crypto, we're sometimes in thousands of a percent. And people in the beginnings, when you're new, you're shocked. You're like, is this real? Is this real, right? But it is real, right? It definitely is real. So there's no, like crypto is a real thing, and it's not a fad. It's here to stay. A lot of people ask me, how do you know? How do you know crypto's here to stay? First of all, Visa, MasterCard, American Express, some of the cards we talked about earlier, have all vied for the internet business, right? They've all want to have their card on every website and Amazon and all that, and let's own the money online. Well, none of them have ever been able to take on the web, which is the biggest thing we have in our lives, and be able to encapsulate that with their particular brand. But all of a sudden, Bitcoin has, and if you look around, you guys are smart, Bitcoin has actually seeped into the entire global planet economy, and everywhere around the world, people are using it and paying for things online already. And what the basis of that is, what's the point? Bitcoin may not be this coin that is currently the way it is today. But what it did and is doing is forging the backbone in the web so that we're all accustomed to it and we all respect it and we all use it. And it's created value and everybody's adopted it, you see? So something had to go first in life. You guys know this, right? Something had to go first. And Bitcoin went first. And it may be the martyr coin like you called it before, and it may die off someday just jokingly, and it may never, obviously. But at the same time, it was the one that opened the doors to all of this type of stuff.
I don't think I ever
and
said
embrace
that. I would have pointed the antithesis of that.
Okay, yeah.
I think it's...
we were talking about something martyr.
I think that you should trade in Bitcoin, and you should pair all your trades to Bitcoin, and you should keep track of your Satoshis.
Yes.
And your end game, whenever being an alt, should be to accrue as much Bitcoin as possible.
Absolutely.
So
yeah, you use the altcoins to get back more Bitcoin.
Yeah,
absolutely. That's the function of it.
You can free roll a stack, and
show you guys
as it goes exponential, take a percentage into Bitcoin, so you don't hate life if the thing actually works out.
That's right.
Then cool, but I would see it as like, yeah, Bitcoin is the gold standard.
100%. And let's use that analogy further. I always say that Bitcoin is like the gold bars of the crypto right now. Gold bars, bricks. And Dash is more like the $50 bill, the $100 bill stuff, and Ripple's more like the change, you know, the toonies and loonies and things like that. So you can think of it in your own way, in your own thoughts. But all of these different currencies are going to have a role in society that is going to be further developed, and it's not going to have anything to do with us in this room. We're not in charge, right? And this stuff's going to go wild. So let's quickly go back. Ethereum, number 2 coin, $100 in, you'd be sitting on $68,305 with $100 in on that one. And for those that don't know and are new, Ethereum was developed by Canadian. That Vitalik kid is Canadian. You know, and we Russian descent, all that, and Canada developed the second best crypto coin in the whole wide world. Right. And more to that, so you guys, just because we can't go too deep every Thursday, Bitcoin is kind of singular in its process and the way it formed, and you send money to you and me and all that. Ethereum is incredibly complex, incredibly layered. It can give birth to new tokens you've heard of and coins you've heard of, and words like ICO and STO and ERC20 platform. That's a platform. Ethereum's a platform. So companies are running money through it now, data through it. Insurance companies are already testing their contracts so that they go through the system of the blockchain and then they come out the other end approved. And this is all going through the Ethereum pipeline. So Ethereum is a highly complex way of doing cryptocurrency and blockchain and smart contracts and a few other whizzy things that you guys can study too. Dash, number 3, $100 in, $39,610, $39K. Dash is the most widely used everyday retail coin in the world, and some of you have never even retailed with it yet. You're just like, what? No, we use our debit card and all that, right? Dash is in South America big time. Dash is in the wallets. Dash is instant processing. So if I sent you some Dash right now, like instantly it says you've got the coins instead of waiting a few seconds like some of the other ones and such. It's incredible power, okay? So Dash is highly coveted coin. BNB, this is the exchange coin for the company called Binance with a B, and you guys need to sign up on that website. Everybody should sign up on Binance.com, and you can get the link off my website, which is bitcoinworkshops.ca. Now the Binance coin came out at next to no money value, and today $100 would be worth $13,000 on this chart. Again, we're on a chart. It's not today. It's on the chart. Ripple, $100 in would net you $6,254. Okay. XLM, $3,377. Monero, $2,045. Litecoin, $1,320. Tron, $1,100. Okay. EOS, a few hundred. ADA, a couple hundred. And the list gets real small down at Bitcoin Cash, about $24. So Bitcoin Cash has lost its merit there a little while back. And now in the news, Bitcoin SV. Did you see all that?
Yeah.
Holy moly!
Like 2 days before.
Good. Major exchanges around the world. So Bitcoin Cash had what they call a fork, and they forked it to 2 different kinds of coins because there's a management that was upset and they wanted to go run their own business model and such. And now the world is kicking the one coin off the market, hey, and it's just saying get it out of
all
here.
The
It's junk.
exchanges are listing it. Yeah,
it's so much. I want to say something else. I have never been involved in a category or segment where there's so much activity happening that's exciting, and it's so interesting to look at and see what the choices are, the decisions of these companies. It's really cool. So where do I do most of that looking, and where do I get charts like that? That's from Twitter. So I'm on Twitter. And I don't post to Twitter that much, maybe once a day, okay? But I read on Twitter like 5-10 times a day. Like I go on Twitter, and what I did is I followed all my favorite coin companies on Twitter because they all use it for PR. I followed all my favorite exchanges, and then I followed all my favorite gearheads that love the coins and talk about the latest thing. And then I followed all the ones that have the inside word, like the tip early and a few of these things, because they're beaming either from India or Europe, and they're ahead of us by 13 hours. And sometimes they give a word out that this is popping or what's accumulating or whatever, and then you can jump on it in Calgary in the morning here, right? And you can get on in the morning, 7 a.m., and you can buy some wealth for yourself that day, okay? So how does that work? So we get the tip on Twitter from China, let's say. I tell Kevin, I text him like 7 a.m., dude, check this out. I put it on the feed in Telegram. We all go look. All of a sudden we saw in the last few hours it's already inching upward. The candlesticks are going up, all that. So we buy a little bit, buy $1,000 worth, just example. These all example here. And then by lunchtime, that 1,000's already 2,300. And then by 7 p.m., that 1,000 is now 3,400. And then we go and want to sell it off right now because we don't care about that project and we don't care about that coin. And we're doing exactly what Tom said. We're using the alternative coins, the altcoin market, to step on it in a way to get to more Bitcoin. And we accumulate that in those moves. And then the Bitcoin cashes back out, and that's what we care about.
Well, and if you know it's a good coin, like say Binance coin, right?
Yep.
Sell half of it.
Yeah.
So you take your money out and some profit, and then you still got half the coins if you know it's going to bounce from $5 to 10, right?
People love taking their profits out. It's a big deal, right? Mm-hmm. It really is. And I do it, and I think people should, because that way they feel like they made something with their thing, right? So I'm going to show you guys the website of what the website is. It's called Binance.com, and you guys can see that. And then this week I did a couple coaching sessions with a few peeps, and I gave them 3 videos to watch, and I'll post them later on our Facebook wall and stuff like that, and I can email anybody that emails me for them. I'll give you them. And it teaches you, in the 3 videos, it turns you into a Binance software website ninja of this particular brand. You kick ass after these 3 videos. Everyone I've had watch them is like thumbs up, they love it. So first of all, it teaches you how to put a stop loss on your money here so you don't lose dough, and how to win at the increments and such. It teaches you how to set percentages and what to look for. It teaches you how to do the pairs and how to save even 50% on your costs if you use the Binance coin instead of your Bitcoin. So you go Bitcoin and Binance, and then you save 50% of your cost, which is pretty cool. And the Binance coin is accruciating or accumulating wealth as well while you're holding it. So Bitcoin over to Binance coin, I'm making some wealth, and I'm also saving 50%. It's kind of a lovely thing, okay? A lot of people come to me and they want to know about this website and this software and all that stuff, and I try to get them to stay focused and simplified, somewhere of quality first, get really good at this, and then venture off into other websites because they'll relatively work the same, right? To buy a coin here will work similar to how it is on Bittrex and other sites anyway. But I think that Binance does the best job of giving you the best coins and opportunities in the world, and it's truly, truly shown that if you focus on this thing, you can make daily money. And I'll send you guys the video. This man will show you how he does his moves every day. It's like fishing. He fishes every day, gets up every morning, does his fishing. By the end of the day, he's caught some fish, and he shows you. Some days it's not a lot of money. Some days it's really good money. It's just that he does it every day a little bit, you know, and he uses that stop loss feature and stuff like that, and then he goes to work. So he basically gets up in the morning, sets it, forgets it, goes to work, has a life, meetings, lunch, all that jazz, comes home, kiss the wife, see the kids, and then jumps on his laptop, you know, at 8 o'clock, and there he is, and he's made some money. You know what I mean? And that's the dream right there. And you can do it too. Like, everyone can do it. It's just a matter of how much and the right coins and that kind of thing. But I'll send the videos out, and you guys can see how that works, okay? Another factor of this space is there's a lot of like just some little side hustle commission to make. Hey, Paul. And I want to touch down on that for a second, because some people don't give a shit about the side hustle and the little commission, and then some people love that little stuff. Kevin loves it. He'll put links out all over his social media and all that. So what does that mean to you? Well, you can make a little side money by populating the link to your commission link, okay? And a lot of these websites have that. So I want you to know that the space has that intrinsic value in it. So you can be an affiliate to a lot of things, and you can market yourself to your friends. You can put a post on LinkedIn with a really nice slide, and then have your link in there. And if anyone clicks it off your LinkedIn and goes here, you make some money and etc. And you're opening the door to crypto for them, okay? So keep that in mind. And one thing I want all of you to do, and I know Darcy does a lot of this, is bring people obviously on Thursdays and also influence them to crypto. Tell them what you've learned, tell them to come here and learn more, and don't be shy to show them the website and stuff like this so that they can get involved, okay? Crypto is growing because we're all sharing it with each other, our neighbors, our buddies at work, and there's naysayers. Kevin goes to work and brags about it. 10 guys tell him to shut the hell up and get back to work. Then the one dude asks him at lunch, can we go for lunch and talk about it? And then all of a sudden, boom, right? Right? Because he's like, I want to talk to somebody about it as you know at work, because you're passionate, right? So it's interesting, you guys. And I'll tell you some more. So a while ago, I would go out for dinners and stuff like that, and I'd have a table like you guys here, and I'd talk about Bitcoin, and not one person at the table of 12 people knew what the hell I said. Like the word. They didn't know the word. They didn't know what I was talking about. Today, we got one or two that know the word and have read the news, you know what I mean, and are semi-interested in it. And then you got 2 or 3 that think it's fraud and bad news and, you know, this kind of thing. And then you got 5 or 6 that are just sitting back like politics, waiting to see which side wins, and is it VHS or beta, and what does it all mean to me? Right? Like, really though, right? Hey, they told me that. I know, is it VHS or beta? What's going on here, right? Pepsi, Coca-Cola, and they don't understand what's coming. They don't get it, you know, and it's kind of funny. So, where are we going? We're going to the future, and we're taking money with us. And the money has split like an atom bomb or an atom thing, you know, in the nuclear. Like, there's so many kinds of money, and we're not done yet. The CEO of this particular company said that in the near future, almost every company on the globe will have a type of cryptocurrency of its own. Almost every company. Best Buy, Smitty's, you know, just the stupidest stuff. Like, everyone will have their own crypto, because even the offices to offices will transfer their money around the stores back to head office. The accounting department will be blockchain based, and all of their stores will be connected to that one office, and all their funds can go back and forth on their own highway. They don't need the bank. They don't need to send a wire to the other head office, or, you know, a check from here and there anymore. The head office of McDonald's can sit there in California and can shoot money to every single location on Earth. Because it's going to be organized, it's in a database, it's on the blockchain, how much, what employee, staff, you know, funding back and forth, income's coming in. They got the one in, you know, Czechoslovakia, and that income's coming in on the blockchain every day into head office. Like, that doesn't exist yet, but that's where we're going, and this is why blockchain and crypto is going to get married to business, and it's going to be the biggest revolution of our times. Like, it's going to knock your guys' socks off. I'm not joking here. The invoicing economy of business is in the trillions of dollars every day. You guys know that, right? Everybody's invoicing. Honda's invoicing all the cars that go out of the factory, you know, like everybody, oil and gas invoicing all these airports, like everybody's invoicing every day. Blockchain is going to end up seeping into that with the crypto component, and then companies now do their own money. They have their own highways, they have their own track, and they move their funds amongst and pay and such, and it's going to change the fucking globe. It's going to be amazing. Like amazing.
It's interesting how
JP Morgan's already started that a little bit.
And how in the last little while you see everybody from Tom Lee to Craig Wright predicting how much Bitcoin is going to be by the end of the year. From 10,000 to $1 million. Like,
right now is the word, eh? Yeah. And I saw Tim Draper. Tom Draper was Draper.
Yeah,
he said $250,000 by 2022.
Yeah.
He will be really happy, this guy over here eating the sushi. Very happy if it hits 250, trust me. He'll be coming to my house, and he's like, I got you a couple Lamborghinis to choose from here. Which color did you want? I had the guy bring the whole truck. Right? Like, it's going to be like that.
Nice.
No, but seriously, though.
Too.
If Bitcoin did that, it's going to be a world revolution of happiness.
Crazy.
No, it really will. So what do you honestly think, though? Just because we like to talk a little shit about everything. Do you think we're going to see 10 grand by Christmas? So this year already feels a little bit like 2017, where we're feeling a little bit of bubble in the spring. We might see some activity in the fall, but there's, again, more velocity going on. And that's why I encourage you guys to share with everyone. But there is more velocity happening.
I would say around 20
20K?
probably. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Yeah, I think so.
Easily, if all these corporations actually move in and do what they're saying they're going to do.
Trends.google, that's the Google Trends thing.
The
They've been saying some cool stuff.
I heard was Bitcoin jumped up because of one purchase.
Yeah, I think that was
like
more
it's very-
FUD than anything.
I think there's a good chance that I don't think it's like realistic to predict the price too much, but if there was one thing I'd say people should look at, it's the upcoming halvening of the block rewards, where it's going to go from 12.5 Bitcoins rewarded every 10 minutes to 6.25, which means that the annual inflation on Bitcoin is going to go from around 3.8% to 1.8%, which will put it roughly at the equivalent of gold's inflation in terms of mining relative to the total supply of gold in the world. And that's happening in May 2020. And then if you look at 4 years after that, which is a 5-year time frame, we're going to see another happening which will bring the block rewards to less than 1%, which will actually make gold as a potential reserve currency the scarcest, basically like scarcest asset on the planet. So I think like if you were to look at like price, I'm not really concerned with price. I think it's undervalued, especially at under 6,000. And I think it's nice to have like a worst case scenario perspective, just so that you have humility and don't get disappointed if the price were to stay flat, or say it were to like go down to 2,000 over the next 2 years. Regardless, I think like when we get to 5-year time frame and 2 halvenings of the block rewards, as long as Bitcoin still exists, it should be up quite a bit in price. Like, you know, at least like, I think you know, like you look at Amazon after the 1999.com crash, it took 10 years to get back to the same price.
Yep.
So on account of that, like I think we're gonna see like a more accelerated like recovery for Bitcoin. But
Big time.
you know, if you have a 5-year time frame, then I think like investing now is really good.
I personally think that, and I'm all prediction and talking stack, but I think we're going to see $1 million out of a Bitcoin. I really do. I really do. I really think we're going to see $1 million in our lifetime, in the short future, maybe within the 5-6 year span, and we're going to see $1 million a coin. That's what I think. So call me crazy. We'll still be here then, and we'll see how it's going.
By the second halving?
Oh yeah. So Google does some really cool things on Google Trends, and they study what we type into the search engines all the time. And they give us a kind of like a map of how much people care about a certain topic over time. And I'm searching here worldwide, and since 2004 they've been tracking, you know, online on here. And you can see that right here was the peak, the absolute mecca, and I think that's, December 2017. Right? Bitcoin was at the absolute peak of everybody's interest. That was phenomenal, okay? It was a phenomenal time. It was a phenomenal energy. I haven't seen a Christmas like that where so many people were so happy that I knew the space. It was really wild.
I bought Bitcoin from you.
Yeah.
Like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Went home, packed up, went down to my mom's, checked into the hotel, had a look, no, nothing. It took like till the next morning before it actually came.
Oh yeah, it was 24 hours.
It
was.
Mine was interesting.
Some took 2 days.
I was trying to
2 days.
I was trying to exit out of Bitcoin to buy gold, and I was using a website.
Yeah.
And for some reason, the payments didn't go through, so my transaction was returned to me, and I was pissed because Bitcoin was going down to 8,000.
Yeah, she was trying to take a profit.
Yeah, you're trying to take your profit.
Yes, it took a week for me to get my money back. By the time I got my money back, Bitcoin was 15,000.
Oh my God!
It's like every time I look at my phone, the price has gone up.
So did you keep the Bitcoin or just spend it
No,
again?
I took it. I came out at a higher price. So
Okay, good.
Profit.
It was better.
Good.
Awesome.
But take a look too. Like it hasn't done that again. Like if you look at the chart here, it's just spiked that one time, and it's just kind of dropped all the way down. And look, it's just kind of like percolating down here. It's some weird news there, but it's on its way. So this kind of percolation looks like this. You know what I mean? Right in this area. So there's a good chance, poof, by December again, we're going to see another big shot there.
That shot up there might have to do with the fact that many people came into Bitcoin at that time.
They did.
And they're already in, so they
Yes.
don't need to find out about
That's right.
Bitcoin.
Yeah. We feel the same as you, by the way.
Yeah.
We like, even being here 84 weeks in a row and still finding new things and all that is lovely because the space is like that. But overall, too, we're very saturated with the thoughts already, and we have that same initial feeling from that time. Like the feeling hasn't changed. Just so you know that for me, anyway, I feel the same as you. So I'm excited to see that kind of thing take off. So Nigeria, number 1 in the world, okay, of interest in Bitcoin. South Africa, number 2 in the world. Ghana, number 3. Singapore, number 4. Netherlands, number 5. I'll just round out the top 10. Slovenia, number 6. Australia, number 7. Austria, number 8. Estonia, number 9. And Canada, number 10. Woo. Rounding out the top 10. Let's go 5 more. Switzerland, number 11. Malaysia, number 12. United States, number 13. United Arab Emirates, Dubai there, 14. And Czechia is number 15. So there you go. And then you've got 68 regions mapped here, so it keeps going. But it's popular all around the world. And I think that a lot of people don't realize that Bitcoin is transacting every single second all around the planet. It's already there. The pipeline's down. The road is down. You know what I mean? This kind of analogy. And it's even like T feels about it. I feel it's bankable now. Like I feel it's got a track record. And even if it dips or does whatever the dance, it's got a long way to go still. Like it's got a ways to go, kind of thing. And if Tim Draper's right about $250,000 in a couple years, if my speculation's right about $1 million in about 5-6 years, then what are the people going to say when they even listen back to these podcasts and stuff like that? They're going to be like, holy shit, how do those guys know, right? We're guessing. That's how. We don't really know. We don't know. But man, like with all these analysts and all this stuff going, and the way like the halving is happening and all that, the anticipation of the thought is all playing into the same thing, right? So it's amazing.
You said it properly. I think I said happening.
Happening, yeah.
Happening. That's the right term.
Okay, so Bitcoin Cash seems to be on the radar all the time, and then the price is the number one thing. I'm just looking at some of the related queries about it. It's always interesting to see what people want to know about it.
Price.
Yeah, price of Bitcoin is like 100 on 100 reasons. Bitcoin US dollars, Bitcoin mining, buying, and Bitcoin news. So cool. Cointelegraph is good for Bitcoin news. If you guys want to download the Blockfolio app, there's some really good news inside there too. I'll show you guys that one for the new guys. So Blockfolio is a really slick app that goes on your phone, and you can put your purchases in there. And what happens in Blockfolio, the cool factor is that your purchases are tracked at the time of purchase because you put your cost in, and then you can buy more of that same coin and average later, and it will always keep track of your profits. It's so easy to just look, oh, you made $4,000 on your coins right now, kind of thing. So I love Blockfolio, and you can put all of your real valued stuff into it. Like Kevin's got his carrot bars and all that stuff. And then he always knows where he's at. But you can even take your coins out of the marketplace and put them on your devices, your USBs. You can put them on a different wallet. You can have them on the laptop, desktop. And then that way they're not on the internet and they're not in the exchange getting exposed, but your Blockfolio will still keep track of your costs and value. So people are confused, and that's why I said that, because they think if they take their coins out of Binance and move them over to the special wallet, then their money's weird. But their money is not weird. The money's the same. You just have to take your coins again and put them back into Binance, and they light back up with the current costs of what they are today at the second, etc. People think, oh, Jan, if I take my coins out of Binance at 5 cents, when I go put them back, am I at 5 cents? Like, what's the thing? And it's like, no, you put them back and it's like the value of today, like whatever it is. So if it's gone up to 10 cents, you're making the bacon, right? If it's gone down to 2 cents, you're losing 3 points or 3 cents, right? So it's how it works, okay?
Some apps are really, some of the wallets are really good, and I'll show you all of them. But like, I am a token, not necessarily, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you can track.
It doesn't show you the value structure. Yeah.
You know that they're worth money, but I am token will not show it.
The key to I Am Token, why it does it, is because it doesn't patch into the 300 plus exchanges. And ladies and gentlemen, there's about 300 plus exchanges on Earth now transacting the cryptocurrency. And when my mom said to me, what are they doing with it? What's it for? I'm Mom, they have over 300 exchanges trading it around. Like, this is creating economy in itself, right? You get that, I hope. Like, if you put something out like an exchange and you say, come on in, customers, with your money, and then customers over here come, make some money, and the house is hedging there, the exchanges are making bacon. Like, this type of business model is making ginormous amounts of crypto right now. But again, they're not cashing it to fiat, they're just accumulating crypto, and it's a wise thing to be doing. I think it's brilliant. There's 8,000 plus cryptocurrencies. How many people knew that? CoinMarketCap only shows you like 2,000 and something. And when we first started the meetup, I think CoinMarketCap had about 800 or something like that on there. So we're already at over 2,000, 80 weeks later kind of thing. Pretty crazy. So let's go quickly take a look at how many. 2,127 they're tracking. Yep. Markets, 17,000 markets. The cap rate right now is 179 billion market cap rate, and we almost hit a trillion in the 2017 December. So when you guys saw that spike on that chart there, that spike not only represented the Bitcoin interest on Google and the worldwide, that spike also was an indicator that the crypto market had hit almost $1 trillion, and right now it's sitting at 180 billion. So it's a far cry from 1 trill, but it's still, that's a shrunken position everything's in right now. So if it expands back to where it was even, we're gonna pop past a trill now, like way past. And we had a further study, and I'd have to look in my email for another night, but I'll bring it up. I had a PowerPoint from Greece, and this analyst did this stuff on it and study, and he said that when the crypto marketplace gets to $4 trillion, which is still very tiny, even I think the Vancouver Stock Exchange is bigger than that, by the way, of money, and it's, it's a circulation of money. And anyway, so these guys at 4 trillion, when crypto gets to that, it's going to end up having society buy in like crazy. This is when the neighbors are going to know about it. This is when it's all going to get like really hot sauce. So keep in mind, which you already thought of, this is a numbers game, and this is all about numbers, period. It's about accumulation, collecting, buying and selling. Get that in your mind, and get it in your mind that it's digital, right? So there isn't really a paper, fiat, intrinsic value of this, but there can be a converted of such. And keep in mind, like T said, that you want to always remember that you're doing your business out there, and you're kind of should or would default back to Bitcoin or default back to Ethereum, because I like them too, but I'm all Bitcoin. But something like that, where you fall back on the currency that has the more liquidity, the more fluidity, and you can do, and everyone takes it, and you can sell it, and it's that's the kind of style you want to, the position you want to land in. Okay, let's rip down the top 10 for a minute, and then we're going to go look at the gainers and losers of the week. So Bitcoin is in at number 1 as always with a $93 billion market cap. And it should hold over 50% of the value. 52% of the entire marketplace is hedging on the Bitcoin value there. Okay, 52% of the crypto marketplace. So again, like T knows, when there's no other coin project thing that has that dominance. So it's going to be really hard for some of these other guys to take it out, but it can still happen, and we're not naive. We know that. Anything can happen in crypto. Number 2, Ethereum is $171. There was a time when Ethereum had a 9,000% increase in value at one point. I saw that in my Blockfolio. And when I showed people the 9,000% increase, they shit their pants. It's not anymore. It's obviously shrunken down too, but it was incredible at the time. Okay, Ripple number 3. Ripple is out there in mass quantity. Okay, and did I read that Coinbase made Ripple, Kev? Is that right?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I had no idea just till recently. Yeah, so Coinbase made Ripple. Wow, what a creation those guys did. They're so smart. So XRP is out there at 33 cents. It still has time to define itself in our marketplace. Bitcoin Cash at $297. This is all US dollars. Litecoin's at $81, and I remember buying Litecoin around $4. So you know that's a big increase, and it was even higher than this. EOS is at $5.47. The Binance coin, beautiful coin, $21. Think about that, and that is the exchange coin. Like that's not even a coin that is out there, you know, doing bigger things like these other ones.
I remember selling Litecoin in December, at the end of December, for like 400.
Yeah. I know, eh? Wasn't that nice? And we had bought some at like $4 too. I remember I did.
Not me, no.
Yeah.
At 70 or something like that.
Yeah. I'm like you. I'm just waiting again, like all of us, for that big spike again, and then we're gonna, you know, sell some stuff and make some value, right? And that's what's up.
Grab up more Bitcoin.
Oh, me too, man. Me too. Stellar. Stellar is a little brother child of Ripple, and Stellar is going to be in a lot of money movement, and a lot of brands are taking it on. So
Yeah.
Stellar is a brand favorite, and it's because it's got that clean brother Ripple working with it. So it's getting a lot of notoriety up there. It's at 11 cents. Cardano. I saw 5 or 6 blog posts this week alone that say Cardano is the money coin, the megalode, the mecca, the one to run with, and I'm like, holy shit, really? You know, and we knew this because we even in this club, people have made $1 million worth of value online from the Cardano upside. So people have, and it's not fake. And then obviously shrunk back down too again. Don't fool yourself. But at 8 cents right now, you know, this is probably one of the best buys in the crypto space of all time in the current moment. Again, this is the current moment today, and it is April 18th, 2019 for those listening. Okay, number 11, Tron. Tron bought out the peer-to-peer company, right? And they bought them, BitTorrent. They issued that coin, that's ICO and other things. Again, don't do what I'm doing, but I bought a shit ton of that one. So BitTorrent, I used to use BitTorrent for software and all that stuff many years, many times. I know the power of it. When all the videos went down in Blockbuster, all the videos were up in BitTorrent. That's where everyone grabbed them from, and they would, you know, stream them from the laptop like this on the HDMI, right? Like I was there, you were there. So BitTorrent is a mecca of memberships, and it's a huge database of human beings, and that's again the power of humanity and the power of money and all that combined. Think about it, the math.
3 million users.
There you go, 3 million users, and they are all investors in the bloody crypto of BitTorrent. Don't fool yourself. So, genius move on Tron's part. So, Tron's like, hey, we're a company, we're going to buy you, then we're going to crypto you and your 3,000 members. Let's see what happens. Let's see who buys in. And I think it's brilliant. And that's not going to stop. Like I said, this is business. This is capitalism, okay?
And then and then Tron did the airdrop, right? So whatever Tron you were holding, you get some BitTorrent.
Let's explain airdrop for a minute. So a lot of the companies and the brands of these companies will give you free coins if you're holding a wallet, if you're holding another coin in association with them, and they'll put that on the PR newswire, they'll put that on Twitter, and they'll give you ample time to get ready to catch it. And how do you catch the money? Jan, how do I get those free coins? Well, first of all, you got to hold some of their coin like they say. So if they say you got to have Tron in a wallet somewhere, then have it. How? Well, you can have it in Binance. Binance is still the best website on earth right now for being in tune with every manufacturer and their brand and their coins, and they will do any of the upgrades and any of the perks and such in their software. So it's a lovely place just to hold it in Binance, and you'll get your free stuff.
So I had some IOS. I had it in my freaking IM token wallet, right? I send token email. You guys doing mainnet swap? Oh no, not us, right? And all the swaps are over. So I send an email to Binance. Hey, you guys still doing the swap? Oh, we're done it, but just send your coins over. Make sure you send them to the Ethereum address, and then we'll send them back to you in the new Tron address, right?
See? Amazing company.
Or EOS.
EOS. It was EOS, yeah. EOS company. See? So there you go. So again, Some people have been flaky with their crypto assets, and they shouldn't be, because every single one of these things is worth something somewhere down the line. What you got to get good at is just understanding that it's a journey, and it's going to take some time for all of this stuff to play out. And you're going to see a lot of changes in the history of it. And again, most of it's all software. So a long time ago, you'd go on Wall Street, and Wall Street would have, you know, mining for diamonds, mining for gold, mining for silver, all this type of industry. Computers, Compaq was on there, all that sort of stuff. Never in history was there ever a market this big based on software. So this is all software. This is like one ginormous pile of software genius, all going to be unleashing on planet Earth over time. So that's what crypto is in its backbone. All right, number 12. Tron was only 2 cents for those listening, and you guys are here tonight. Tron is 2 cents. You know, my 2 cents on Tron is buy a truckload,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, baby.
And at 2 cents, some of us can afford a few, right? Like, I don't know, like everyone's got a different budget, which is another thing. So those of you watching, you still see me on Facebook, and you're like, how do I get involved? $50, 50 gets you involved. $20, I know it sounds shitty or whatever, but like, crypto's designed for everybody. So it doesn't matter if you're a $50,000 cat or you're a $5,000 cat, the game's yours. You can get involved, you can do whatever you want. All right, number 12 is Monero, $68. In Korea right now, you could go shopping with the kids, whatever, and go down the strip there and you can buy some perfume with Monero. They already take it in the stores there. South Korea is in mad love with Monero, and they have millions of population, and that coin is already at a mature price of $68, and it started, you know, way below a cent when it came out like everything else. So just think of the lift on that. It's just incredible, massive, right? And look at even today, it had a little bit of green on it, so it was up a bit. Dash, I told you guys a little bit about Dash. It's at $123 a coin. It is something that will probably be hundreds of thousands of dollars a coin if Bitcoin goes up to where it's going. So here's another tip for the new peeps. A lot of coins live inside the economy of Bitcoin. So Bitcoin, like a whale, will pull up and rise up. Those coins will come behind it and come with it. So value is coming up with it. And a lot of the coins like Dash and others are kind of tied in that value. So as long as you let Bitcoin do its thing, these other coins will gift you with more wealth and that kind of thing. So it's pretty cool how that works. Bitcoin SV, oh my God, they are 7 points up today, but they are $59. They crashed hard. Tezos is a weird coin, and that's number 15 right now, and it's $1.39, and it had an 8% lift today, and it's been doing nothing but going up, that Tezos coin. Like, you look at that line there, it's constantly climbing. This thing is like chewing away at the marketplace. So it's something to put a little bit of money behind and see how you do, and it's definitely worth it. And the ticker on the Tezos one is XTZ. It's a gooder. Number 16 is IOTA. We went over that on our top 15 cryptos that'll make you a bazillionaire. Remember that 2 weeks ago or whatever? We didn't film that night, but IOTA was on that list. It's 30 cents right now, and it is bananas as far as wealth. That one's sitting out on the streets right now, circulating supply of 2.7 billion coins out there, and that's really high compared to a lot of the other cryptos. So with 2.7 billion coins out there, it's still a tremendous good deal at 30 cents. NEO is $11. It's been looked at as the Chinese version of Ethereum. It holds the mother load on a lot of other baby coins in China in their world, and it's the top dog in a lot of people's eyes in China. It's $11 right now. It's still a super good deal. Ethereum Classic, listen to this, $6 right now. You want a super tip of the week? Ethereum itself, and it's up here at number 2, it sits around there usually. Ethereum itself is $171. Ethereum Classic is the exact, almost same thing, and it's $6. More and more companies, exchanges, and people are going to be moving to Ethereum Classic in the very near future, especially when we get this bigger rise in the crypto economy, because the bandwidth and the capabilities of Ethereum are getting eaten up big time. Like, they're getting just strangled, just like Bitcoin was. So Ethereum Classic is the go-to one. And right now, the go-to brother, is considerably less, like incredibly less than the bigger brother, right?
And they got an upgrade coming at the end of this month.
Classic does, yeah. And Classic's got the upgrade that Kevin's talking about for more speed.
Yes.
Yeah, way more speed. So this baby's going to be just lightning quick. And a lot of people are going to take Ethereum Classic in retail. A lot of websites are going to insist on it and things like that. So keep your eyes out on that.
Coinbase just listed it not long ago.
They're not what?
I said Coinbase listed Ethereum Classic not long ago.
They're not taking it, or they are?
They are on
They are.
Coinbase now.
Okay, yeah, okay, yeah, it is, exactly, yeah. ETC, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Maker. Maker is number 19, and it's fallen. We saw Maker go up as high as $800 recently, and it was down around $300 when we first started looking at it. So week to week, it went from 300 to 800, and now it's dropping back a little bit and stabilizing. Still a 2% increase today. Only 1 million of these coins out, and they are connected to another coin, right? So do your homework and look up why. But this is the second most expensive coin right now in the space. So if I scroll and sort on my price column like a spreadsheet, oh no, Thor coin, Kev. Look at this, $763, dude.
There's only 86,000 of them, right?
When did that jump in that range? Wow.
I don't know, must have a good...
Well, so Thor coin has beaten Maker coin, ladies and gentlemen, out of number 2 spot of being the most valued coin. So let's go look at Thor coin for a minute and see. And look at their chart. Their chart's been aggressively climbing here too. It's just been bananas. THR is the symbol on this bad boy. Yeah, look at that. Woo. Non-stop growth. And down here in the charts, you see all this gray matter here. This is worldwide buy-in. This is the historical buy-in values and a visual description of such, right? So you can see that we've had some really good activity here, and obviously in this space next to nothing, zero. And then all of a sudden humanity woke up and they've been buying in heavy here. So I don't know totally why, but we'd have to do a little bit of research and find out what's making the Thor coin go off here. Only one area that sells it. It's on this CREX24 exchange, which is like one of those weird masternode ones.
Cracks, that's where I got Helium on.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So Thor coin is a token that operates on Ethereum platform. It has a current supply of 100,000 Thor, with 86,000 of them already in circulation. That's 86% of their coin is out on the street already. The last known price of it was $7.58. It's down a bit. It's currently trading in only one active market. Interesting. Look at the ROI, ladies and gentlemen. 3,469%.
Somebody's loving it.
Stuff just makes me happy. 3,469% ROI, return on investment. That just gets me tickled pink. So I think I think that's from day one though. I think that's from day one too, right? Yeah.
Since their ICO or whatever.
Since their inception, yeah. And the all-time high was just now, April 10th, just passed. It was $785 on that bad boy. And the all-time low was just this year in February, and it was 14 cents.
Oh my God.
So in February, you could have bought the Thor coin, for those of you watching and listening, in February 12th, you could have bought the Thor coin for 14 cents each. And in April, just a few months later, it is now worth $785 each. Beautiful. And that ROI that's transpired is in a very short period of time, 3,400% approximate in February till April. 2 months, 3 months, it's nothing. It's amazing. And it's jumped to rank number 82 in the hot list. So pretty cool, Thor coin. And yesterday's change, it already went up $7. So it's pretty neat how this thing is climbing. And the ticker symbol is THR. And of course, you buy it with Bitcoin on this exchange called CREX24. There's only one place in the world to get it, and it's on there right now. So neat. And let's just whip over. So inside the Crypto Market Cap website, this is all a website. It's not the app, but I told you guys to get the app. You can see their social feed for their PR, markets where it's available, and the charts of how it's plotting and going. And there's even tools and ratings and other stuff, though. But you can see that 133 days of staking over, and your tokens are ready for withdrawal with reward quantity from the 10th of May 2019. Contact via email only, so they're giving you a staking reward if you hold the Thor coin as well. And they're kicking ass. And if you hold your coins in your wallet, which is what staking is, so just for the noobs and the layman's terms, staking is a simple thing. It's just, think of it like this. I'm holding the money in the company's wallet. The company knows I'm holding that money in their wallet. And for doing such and not blowing it on the marketplace and kind of holding back with it, valuing it, if you will, they will give you a bonus. They will tokenize you and give you bonus money for holding their coins for a while. And the longer you hold them, like in this case 133 days, you get bonused out. And that's pretty cool too, because what they don't want is they don't want the market flooding. So they give incentive to hold back and valve it, and you get bonused out for valving. I think it's a very cool concept.
Are they part of the Tron? It says TRX there too. Are they part of the Tron?
Yeah, it says backing your private wallet. Yeah, it is. Yeah, TRX on there.
ERC 223.
5 million THC staking bids are open. Passive income. So it's another passive income opportunity. So there's a list that I have of like 18 things in the crypto space that you can do. Passive income is one of the things. It just is. Affiliate marketing is one of those things. Actual trading coins like a stockbroker person that goes and does that is one of those things, okay? Buying just a commodity like oranges and holding the commodity, which is like Bitcoin, and just holding it is a thing. So there's a lot of moves. The crypto market is, I think, so cool because it has so many moves from all the other markets in it. And it's like a hybrid. We've heard hybrid in cars and other things and stuff. It's like a hybrid, so it acts like currency, it acts like a coin, it acts like a stock, it acts like an IPO, it acts like this, that, and the next. But really, it's crypto, and it's very deep and it's very complex to sell. So keep that in mind. You can actually make passive income just by holding the coins in the company's wallet. Very easy to do. I could teach any of you guys that in 5 minutes, okay? And back to that, Kev, some of the investment to do such is very little. What am I talking about? You might have to own 1,000 coins, 100, one coin sometimes, you know, you're not going to get much, but you have to have one, right?
Yeah.
So it's kind of neat how that works. On this website as well, you can go to the company's website. There's always a link for that. And then you can go check out Thor and see what's cooking there, what makes them special. They're in the Crypto Valley Conference, which we're supposed to go to as well. I'm still thinking of going to that if anyone wants to come with me. Yeah, it's in Zug. It's June 24th to 26th in Zug, Switzerland. It's the Crypto Valley Conference on blockchain technology. So Thor's there. Thor is on a mission to bring liquidity to the best investment opportunities. There's only 1 million of those in supply, and it had a 650% increase in 2018 alone. So you can tokenize your asset, you can become an investor, and you can also become a partner with Thor. And it's out there, and it's an STO. And so before we had ICOs, and that stood for initial coin offering, and it was taken from the IPO, which was the initial public offering. And when you think of that in the IPO days, it was something cheap that you could buy today at stock, and then it was going to go up bananas if the company was hot sauce and whatever they said in the PR and all that. Cool, we got it. Sometimes the IPO obviously would be early, so you'd get in for pennies, which everyone likes that too. Everybody likes spending a penny and making a buck. We're capitalists, that's why we like this stuff. I get that. Now, in the crypto space, because it got shady and scammy and a bunch of other words that I don't even care about, they screwed some people over out there in the world. Of course they did. They went to security token offering now called STO. And this is more regulated, and this is more safe, and this is more scrutiny, and this is more people involved, and this is a little bit of governance, if you will, and it's going to get better. It's just a start. It's going to get better. So when you see that term STO, you come to me, Jan, is that something I can trust? A little bit more than the ICO before. We had an ICO checklist of 25 things you should ask yourself before you spend $50 on an ICO. Because we thought we'd teach you guys a little bit of, valving of your own money. And in this regard of the STO, same rules apply, but we would have a little bit of a better precedence to spend money on this. So would an STO be trusted more? Yes, it would. Would I spend money on an STO today? Yes, I would. Why would I do that, Jan? Because you make crazy money on the upside of the purchase. So you can get 100,000 of the STO tokens for $100, and that $100 of money could technically go up to 10 grand in a sense or whatever, and it's real. Like, it really happens in the space, right? I don't know if this one will do it, but in the space it exists. And not only that, I'm just shooting out some small numbers. It gets bigger, and it could even be worse. So again, don't forget though, the STO could flop, and your $100 could be in the toilet too. So just keep that in mind. All of the space is risky and that kind of thing. Okay, so you can't just fall in love with everything. So why do we do this though? Again, what is the point? The point is definitely capitalism, and the point is to be able to risk and hedge crypto funds against other opportunities to make that spread and to make that wealth. And that is the move. That's why you guys are here tonight. And that's the mindset that I want you guys to embody and teach yourselves, is that you want to use Bitcoin in some of your budget today to go out there and hedge and risk against some of this other stuff and make some really crazy upside. Like, it's out there, and don't miss out, right? Keep that in mind. Okay, so anyway, really nice website, okay? KYC for the new people is know your customer. So a lot of people ask me, Jan, should I give them my passport? Should I give them my firstborn? Should I give them my social insurance number? No to those two. Yes to the driver's license. Yes to your cell number. Yes to an email with your real name on it if you're really going to buy something. If you're just browsing and you don't give an F, then don't. Use your Ice Cream Man 69 one. Who cares, right? No one cares, right? Just shop around on your fake email. But if you're going to do business, guys and girls, don't be weird about it. You know, be your real self, because they're going to give you money. Okay? Just want you to know that. People ask me that all the time, right? What should I do? You know, if you want money and you want to keep it legit, then go for it. I also like this, that they like copyrighted it to 2021, which is interesting. And I'm a web guy. When I see that, that means they have plans. And I like that. I like futurists. I like future plans. That means that we're good here and we can be making some bacon for a few years. And I like that. So keep that in mind. That's little tips there, like a detective of what you're looking at, okay? And I like the short supply of this one, and I like how they're doing it and all that sort of stuff.
They're only on crafts.
I know, because they're still coming out. They're still coming out. I have an IX.
So this is on Waves?
What is Thor?
It said it was a Waves token, yeah.
Yeah, Waves token.
What does it do?
I didn't quite get the idea of all of it yet. So prepare yourself. The security token tsunami is about to hit. In a mission to bring liquidity to the best investment opportunities, crypto portfolio, global equities as tokens of the THR investment like AAPL, Apple, Tesla, Intel, Netflix, and Alibaba. So these guys are going to be empowering companies like this with the tokenization. Remember what I said earlier? You guys were listening? Every business that's a real one on Earth is going to have their own crypto eventually. Just think of that. We've already been invoicing each other, how we do it worldwide. Now we're going to cryptofy all the companies. So what you're going to see is you're going to see a mad rush for companies to get cryptofied, and you're going to see certain coins like these ones be the backbone for them to use the software. And then they'll white label it, they'll brand it their own baby, and then Best Buy will go out there and say, we have a coin and all that stuff, and just lo and behold, it could be running on the Thor network. That's the idea of this, okay? That's what's going to happen. And that's why Thor will be so rich and so valued, is because they'll take on a giant client like Netflix, and now you can pay everything on Netflix with crypto, and the Thor coin is like, you know, the backbone software of how Netflix is doing this, and this is what they're buying. It's like buying Windows back in the day, and that's how we ran our business. You know what I mean? Now they're going to buy the Thor coin, and that's how they're going to run their crypto pipeline and that kind of stuff. So keep that in mind. Why it's so powerful. Okay?
Do you have a Waves wallet?
Yeah.
They're pretty. The upgrade they just did recently.
Insane.
Oh yeah.
Beautiful.
Amazing.
That's it. Kevin's touching down. I have seen it. This is all software, like I said earlier. I've seen so many good ideas now. Like it's really getting good. Like it's really getting good. And for those that don't know, it's still in the clouds a little bit. Right today, till 2025, we are going through the technological, industrial style of revolution right now. You guys are all going to be shocked at what comes out of the phones from Apple and some of the whizzy things that you haven't seen at work yet. Like it's coming, and don't be shocked. Over the next 5 years, there's going to be tons of change in the way they do databasing, security, privacy, invoicing, the works. It's all going to be changed here in a minute. And also the computers that are coming out in the 2025 region here are going to be exponential of where we were in the past. Like Intel and these guys have already maxed out all the layers kind of thing. You can read in the news and stuff, that's just layman's terms. But the new quantum computing, the nano chips and all the stuff that's all going to be released over the next 5 years here is going to be bananas. So it's even the traditional stock marketplace that has, you know, the Intel chip kind of business model and all that, those kind of companies, you want to be looking at blockchain, you want to be looking at chip makers, and the nano chip technology companies, because those guys are going to go through the roof next too. They're going to be really, really big.
And did you see that announcement by Ethereum? They hired some new guy. He's supposed to be in charge of the security program to protect Ethereum against quantum computing.
I know.
It's crazy.
Quantum computing, just people still don't even back up their iPhone. Do you? Nope. People still don't know where the effing thing in Windows is. People still don't know where the effing thing in their Apple computer is. They don't.
Yeah.
People don't even know what they're really supposed to do with some of these gadgets, period. And they just get frustrated and throw the shit down and freak.
Yeah.
And now we're going to quantum computing.
I know.
My thing here is I don't think we've caught up. And I don't even think we're catching up. And we already got, you know, like digital shopping in the Safeway with the tellers, and we're trying to put robots up everybody's butt, and we're going to chip everyone's butt. You know what I mean? Everyone's going to have a chip in a minute. We're chipping everything. We're chipping doorknobs. We're chipping everything.
Well, I saw
And it's going to be nuts.
I saw this article on LinkedIn where so we're going to replace everything with robots or
Chips.
What do the people do?
I don't know.
How do you make money?
I don't know, man.
So that's part of kind of
I hope that we don't go into some kind of Great Depression
will help
over all this.
to solve that, right?
Yes and no, because I want to keep society working, period. That's my goal. I'm capitalist, like you know, and I want everyone to work. I want the humans to own and work everything, and I want the computers and everything to do our bidding, right? Like that is the flow I have command that I like. I don't know if that's in today's society. Like they want the blockchain to do our bidding, and then we hold plan B to that. You know what I mean? Kind of thing.
Yeah.
I don't know about this. Like I think we're really going to put a lot of incredible, smart people out of jobs here, and we may have some kind of a Great Depression worldwide, and then we're going to bounce back from that possibly, you know, in other ways and such. But I don't know, man. I'm with you on the thoughts of that.
And it's not depression, revolution.
Revolution, there you go. Yeah. Just imagine if the power went out worldwide for 2 days, 48 hours. Would that reboot us? Would that put us back into gratefulness? Would that change the planet?
No,
Would that
grumpy.
would the looting and everything go off? Like what would happen?
Up for everything.
Think about it. To give us 48 hours, shut it down.
That'd be awesome.
Worldwide.
That'd be awesome.
Just enough to not let the salmon go bad. Just enough to, turn the hot water on in another little bit, right? Just enough to give us all a taste of the power.
That'd be awesome. Sure.
Because we're all humans living on this big grid of surfing on the power. Really, we are. And all of this stuff is all power based.
For one day,
Yeah.
people go mad.
Imagine though, I think we need it. I've said it before at Christmas. Santa should just go grab the big breaker there at the North Pole and just flick that switch and shut her down, baby. That's it. 24 hours. You guys grab some candles.
They don't know what to do.
Get the games out. Grab the cards.
Fire up the fireplace.
Throw your phones in the fireplace. It's Christmas, damn it. I know, eh? Anyway, let's keep going. This is funny thinking, but man, nothing surprises me anymore. Okay, so you guys found out tonight how you can find out about a project, how you can see some real money. You guys saw real stuff tonight where you could see this Thor coin made, 3,000% increase, and it's not fake. So for those listening, there's still some haters and some naysayers of what we do here. 3,469% in a couple months of this year, new, fresh. People told me crypto was dead. People said there's no money in it. People told me that there's no action. Well, I just proved everybody wrong right now. In the last couple months, Thorcoin provided over 3,000% and made a lot of people very wealthy because it went up from 14 cents to 785 US dollars. Do the math. Love it. Now to move on. So check the website, enjoy all that sort of stuff. Now on this website, they have some other tools that a lot of you don't know. Why it's black. Jan, why is the crypto market black for you? Because I went up here where the little moon is and I switch it to night mode.
Yeah.
And when it's in night mode, even on the phones, it uses less battery. So anything you run on the phone in black, rather than a white background, uses 75 to 80% less of your battery. Think about that. It's awesome. So if you can choose night mode on any of your apps, just go to the settings and have a peek. Then you can, you obviously if you're in the site, you know why now. You got it. So, okay, global charts. Let's take a look. Actually, we're going to go to tools for a sec. Rankings. Let's see here. Yeah, rankings. So under rankings, we have a trends tab, we have a market cap tab, we have cryptocurrency volume tab, we have exchanges. Okay. I like the gainers and losers and the recently added. So for us that we're talking about going back to cash days and paying for pizza before the machine came out, recently added is like when the new releases came out and you called for the wife, you got the pizza, the wine, and you got your favorite movie on hold, okay? Well, recently added is like the new movies coming out. So it's like a blockbuster or a dud, okay? Have a look with me right now. Let's go over a couple blockbusters or duds. So recently added, you can see everything on these websites to teach you guys too. They're all spreadsheets. Every one of these headers here, if it's clickable, can be clicked and then it can be sorted. So you can see price and volume and all this kind of stuff. So keep that in mind. It's pretty cool. Honey, could I get one more, please?
Oh, of course.
Honey.
Same one, yeah. Okay, so added 1 day ago, 2 days ago, 3 days ago, 4 days ago, 7 days ago, 8 days ago, 9 days ago, 10 days ago. What Darcy has taught me, if a girl hasn't texted him back by 11 days ago, then he's probably not the hot sauce anymore. You guys agree with that? Frank's Red Hot, baby, 11 days old. So anyway, I think in crypto it can still be some hot sauce though, because it takes a while for the word to get around the world. And remember, this is 24 hours a day, 365. It never shuts off like Wall Street or anything, right? It's going nonstop. China's a big volume of human beings, and they have a big say in what's going on in crypto. They're buying and selling the most on the planet. All of Asia is, even Korea. They're kicking ass. Okay, so when you go in here, you can't discount anything by the days. You got to give things time to mature and marinate. So keep that in mind too. But what I do look for here, all right, is a few things. Let's look at volume. In the last 24 hours, the Publito token, Pub, is out, and this thing is 13% of a cent. So it's not even a cent. It's not even. It's way below that, and it already has 176 million circulating supply in just 24 hours. Okay, so being a crypto detective, got my little hat on. Why? Immediately the question why. He loves those questions. Why is that happening? How do I find out? Good for everyone new. Well, you click on the bloody name of the thing. Okay, boom. It'll, like a database, it'll take us over here. It'll show us some market things. It'll show us a chart. We've been here a minute ago. I showed you guys this on the other coins. But this is how you find out why. And then you go up here and you look at markets, and you see it's on two things, Coinbene and Chains, okay? And you can only buy it with EOS or a US dollar tether. So EOS is a one coin and US dollar, so that tells you right away it's related to EOS right away. So now we go look deeper. You know, I'm a crypto detective. Why is it doing that? What's the thing? ROI is shit right now. It's 6% minus, which is good. This is what you want to buy. This is where you want to be the shrewd shopper and know, hey, there's action here. This thing is partnered with EOS just from a quick glance, a skim. We know that somehow. We see crazy volumes in the recently added, so it's like the winner of the list. So all these little things, Crypto Detective playing more research, right? So then go and find out what it is. This is a blockchain-based monetization system for content producers that offers enhanced security and transparency across media. So people that are putting out a video, I'm an indie music artist, and blah blah blah. Check out my rap video, and then all of a sudden I want some tips. So there's a good chance that the Publi token will be this tipping mechanism where you can give me a tip because you love my video. Because now on YouTube I show you my video, you give me nothing, a thumbs up, thumbs down, write some hate, write some love. Pretty much that's it. Today you can actually hit the button and you can give some money. And that is where the future is going. And you're going to give a digital money, you're going to give a digital crypto. And this is what these guys are trying to instill. Look, peer-to-peer based advertising transactions and monetization. So in English that means that we're going to share stuff with each other and we're going to get paid for once instead of Facebook making all this money off of us for free. Okay? If Facebook gave me even like something stupid like a penny per second that I've spent on that piece of shit website by now, since 2006, even just the bullshit, even if it was crypto Facebook money, even if they gave me crypto, one fake token that they come out with that's not even real yet for every penny for every minute that I spend or whatever, every second, bazillionaire right now on that Facebook, okay? And Facebook is coming out with their token too. Don't fool yourself. And Facebook, once they get that in there and all that, hopefully we'll actually be able to make money on playing games and trading and networking and connecting people and who knows, right? And advertising, you get some crypto things. And I'll tell you guys that are listening again, all of the loyalty rewards, the Petro points, the shoppers points, a lot of the successful ones, they're all going to turn to crypto. They're all going to be a cryptified item in your wallets, in your phones, and the cards are gone. I told you guys earlier before we were recording that the credit cards are going next. The actual credit card with the punched up numbers is almost done. It'll be moving to a phone app, and everybody will use Visa and MasterCard and American Express in their phone. It's almost out of here.
I'm surprised they haven't.
We're this close.
Apple's doing a bit of that.
And you know how they did it, where they let you use your credit card in the Apple Pay, which is slick and smart, and I love that. You can just, like you said earlier, you can just tap on the machines with the phone. It's beauty.
Like a Tim Hortons credit card.
Yep.
On the phone, tap
and bam. So I love the slick factor of all that. And then when cryptofy all the loyalty points and the cards and everything, oh my God, right? And I'm going to tell you something else. You all remember when we didn't even have a smartphone. You all remember when that was. I know you do, because we're not that old, and this ain't that new still. But the big boys, they are trying to jam every effing thing they can into this guy here because they all know that we're glued to this sucker. It's a leash, it's in our pocket. Kids are addicted.
That's your everything.
Everything.
That's your office, that's everything.
Alberta Healthcare is going to give us an app where you're going to be able to go check your blood tests and stuff. I'm not even kidding. You know when they blockchain the database so that no one can tamper with it. Do you know why they haven't? Because of that risk. You get it now? You can see how big blockchain is for a second right there? This is really big. Today, Alberta Healthcare will not let me look at my blood tests. I got to go back to my practitioner. He gives me a printout because I do like fitness and stuff, so I'm always checking my iron and just shit like this, right? I'm conscious of it. Thyroid. So he gives me printouts, and I go, every 6 months is what I do. I have to beg him for the printout, right? But it's all online for him. He just goes there, checks my Alberta Health number, whizzy dizzy, bing bang, and it's all there. I said, when are we having access? Oh, too much risk. That's why. So when all that data is now inside the blockchain, the public of us will be able to access our own stuff for once. You know how helpful that'll be for many of us that have diabetes? Kevin's not in the room right now, but he has it. He struggles with it. Things like that, checking out appointments, all this sort of stuff. So it's going to be amazing, you guys. It's going to be truly amazing, and that's why we need blockchain. So back to why do we need it? Because a lot of people are skeptics. We need the untamperable database, data flow, business flow that people can't F with. Because today, you get a home inspection and you pay the guy an extra $40 and he writes down the water heater's good, on that, and then the home gets sold and all that. If it was in the blockchain, you'd have that record and it wasn't. And no one could tamper with that, and then there would be honesty and transparency. It will screw humans up for the most part because we're a little gray area in our lives. I think it's going to be an awakening. But I also think in some cases like that data and all that, it's going to be very helpful to serve it to us. And we deserve it, you know what I mean? Especially how we're all on the phone now, right? Even the laptop, let me tell you more. I bought a computer at Future Shop, and I got a credit for it, like a loan, and I paid $2,500 at Future Shop on a loan for a monitor and a tower and all this stuff, and it was that pale beige, Chinese-looking ugly shit back in the day, and I paid $2,500 on a loan when I was a younger man buying that stuff, okay? I worked on that computer. I wrote deals, invoices, proposals. You guys would be proud of me. My mom was proud of me how much I actually used that piece of shit. Like, I made money with that thing. I'm not kidding. Like a typewriter for like a movie guy, right? And then I moved away from that and I moved to laptop. And then I would never look at that thing again, and I was going this way. And today I barely look and use my laptop, you guys. I'm so in my phone all the time. I barely, this thing is like 2% and the phone is 98%. It's that catastrophic. Kev's there too. It's gone from there, right?
Yeah.
And I'm honestly wondering, like, so the phone's not going to change. The connected to this, we are the walkie-talkie. We're in Star Trek now, but the data, the content is going to change, and it's going to come full force. So get ready, okay? Okay, one sec here.
I gotta check my phone.
No, I do. No. So back to this. The future is bright, and the future has crypto infused, and the future is the web. And in 1991, the web came out, and you guys didn't care. And it came out in 91. It was Boston. I did a little lecture on that guy, and he was working at the nuclear plant in Switzerland or whatever, and they were sending data to all the schools, like Boston University, UCLA, and all the high-profile universities around the world were getting data through the internet, right? And that's how they were keeping up on. These guys were testing the liver for something, and then they gave the news to Czechoslovakia that way. Like, this is how they shared all this data. Then they came out with the web, and they could put pictures and other stuff because, when you're a scientist and stuff, you want to capture things and share that, and they needed more. So the web was why there was more, by the way. That's why. And all of a sudden, the web came out in 91, and he made the programming of it shared. Everybody could actually do something with it, but there's many people that didn't know what the hell they had in their hand. They had no idea what it was. Now, think back to 91. Calgary got really newsy about the internet in 1993, and it was the first company that brought the access to the internet was coming from Vancouver. And I'll tell you why, because the source of it came from Silicon Valley, California, and they ran fiber optic cable under the water all up Seattle coastline, and there's cable under the water, and it comes all the way up from Silicon Valley to Vancouver, and Vancouver is the entry point to the Canadian. And then the cable comes in fiber optic all the way down the railway. And if you go biking to Banff and you do the Banff Trail where you go from Canmore to Banff, you look along the wall there and there's shitty plastic pipe that's all broken and clamped, and there's two major thick cables, and that's the fiber optic internet cable coming all the way to Calgary from Vancouver, and it's right there along the side of the train, and no one knows what that is. And that's what that is. And it comes right through there. Yeah. And if you go in downtown Calgary, TELUS and everybody, they've run that same cable under all the manholes now. Our downtown and our Calgary is so high tech, it's not even funny. So when we're one of the most digital cities of Canada. Like, we're very, very set up for success, and it's because of oil and gas. Oil and gas has their own cell phone towers, their own data transmission pipelines, their own encrypted software outside of the economy, outside of the banks. Oil and gas is like really, really heavy duty when it comes to like all of their own infrastructure. It's incredible, incredible.
There is a C-train stop underneath City Hall that originally they were going to use for the C-train, right? But whatever, the plan fell through. But that, they run, it's basically all the way down 7th
Base station for the fiber optic hub thing. I wouldn't doubt it, man. It's really, really. Another thing I learned is that as far as oil and gas, Alberta is the most organized on Earth. We are the most organized oil and gas producers on the planet, and all of the countries on the planet have all visited here. Ralph Klein did that stuff back in the day, marketing us and all that. All of the countries have been to visit us and look at how we do business here, and they've also looked at our internet and how we've adopted it and all that technology and stuff. We are really a shining example of like really top quality, output and this type of stuff. So keep that in mind. That's why Alberta is so cool and a lot of things going for it. But it is a place.
Look at projects like ADM and Jeff's Safe Coin and stuff, right?
Oh yeah, we've got crazy projects coming. I can show that.
Super quality project.
So back to Calgary and Alberta, we are an amazing province of really cool peeps, and we actually pump out a lot of other things that people don't even know about. So in our own city, this is an exchange, a full crypto exchange developed right here in the city of Calgary. It has major coins running on it, not so major ones. You can do some arbitrage and make some bacon, okay? And the actual coin is safe coin too, and we just got listed on the coin market cap too. I'll show you guys that too. It's safecoin.org. And this is right out of Calgary here. And people in Scotland and all around the world are actually talking about it. And now, like, what Kevin and I even talk about this for is because we want to work with them and the companies that are oil companies and stuff locally, because we have a full crypto software, smart contract, everything is embedded in SafeCoin here. And it is one of the safest coins on the planet. So we could send pertinent data, private data, encrypted data, all this kind of important stuff, all could be using the SafeCoin protocol, okay? And it's developed here in Calgary, so it's pretty cool stuff. There's a wallet for it. There's all this type of security, and it's all made here in Calgary. You guys can read all about it. And it was a fork.
About it, it's very similar to Bitcoin in that it has a limited supply. There's only 36 million safe coins.
And they made their own exchange, so it's kind of neat to see a coin created in the city and our country, and also on the exchange that they've created that too. So they're also coming up with these things called safe nodes, which are, like, again, a passive income play. And how a node works, just think of it in layman's terms like a server, just because I don't want to get too hyper-technical. But you could basically own your own server, layman's terms, on the network as a safe node, and everything that passes through that server, all that currency that transact, you get a commish. Again, layman's terms, but you get a commish. So you can step up by buying a bunch of safe coins, then be awarded a safe node, and for owning the node, then you get this commission rewards. And it's pretty cool how it works. And when you're like the boss of a node, just for fun, it's like owning a valve and everybody's got to get like the water on the other side of that valve. So you're really important, right? And they need you. The company needs you to man that valve and own it, own or operate. And for doing that, you get commission for life of SafeCoin.
Can we see some price numbers on this?
Of how much it is?
SafeCoin, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'll take you there right now. Let's do it. Ask me anything. It's now on CoinMarketCap, so they're plugged into it. Let's go. We'll find it now. And there was a few weird coins that were called safe, and they really weren't the right
that's
ones.
what's confusing.
I know, but they're gone now. They cleaned them up. 7 cents right now. That's it, guys. So SafeCoin, and the ticker symbol is SAFE, S-A-F-E, which it should be. And it's Calgarian based, and it's 7 cents right now, everybody. And if you ask again, no advice, but would you buy some? I've already bought some, so there you go. And do I think it's good? Yes, I do. And we know the people that do it, and it's at 7 cents. Again, many ways to think about things, but if it's an investment thought, and it's 7 cents, and we know them and where it's going, I'd say it's really good. I just want you to know that. I think it's really good. And even, again, this is one of those ones where you could spend $100, even $1,000 at 7 cents, and you could do I'd say real well in the near
How old
future.
is this? How old is the coin
Mm,
in the market?
very new, yeah.
But they have a high, they got a max of 36 million.
Yeah.
27 of it is in circulation already.
Of course, I was going to hit the year to date. Let's just see when they came on the market here.
29 million in circulation, 36 million.
Yeah, that's a
Well,
lot.
CoinMarketCap only started tracking them now, but they were out last year, but not very much and not well known. It's still under development and still, progressing, that kind of thing. But it's relatively new. It just came out last year.
Right.
Yeah, I think it was February last year. And I think by the amount of money that they invested in creating it and all this stuff, by the fall of last year, it finally broke even. So it wasn't a waste of anyone's time. You know that? Like they actually developed it and put money and energy and hours of work behind this, programming and such. And they finally broke even in the fall. So they were like happy as a little group of people because they're like, yes, we actually created something and we didn't lose our shirt, And it's still been growing. And they went to the World CryptoCon in Vegas, and they were welcome there, and they were actually rolling with the big boys, man. They were rolling with the big boys. And our little safe coin from Calgary was up on the podium, delivering. People were duly impressed. And where's Calgary, right? And this kind of thing. But here we are, right?
Built that platform from the Komodo.
Yeah, that's
Yeah. Yes, Komodo. And the Komodo is a very good project, too.
Now I remember. So this is a side chain of Komodo, right?
Yeah, it is. It's a fork.
Yeah.
That's why they have all the coins.
Yeah, and 7 cents. So write it down, SAFE, make it your baby, check it out, all that goodness. Let's see where you can buy it. On Crex, GrabX, and Escodex.
I hate all three.
I know, we all hate those ones. They're the shits, aren't they?
You guys want to know something about Crex?
Every time I go to Crex, it's like...
Crex is not bad, yeah. Out of them all.
They also have bosses. So you go to the exchange, I don't know, 9 or 10 different tabs, right? You can go on the bosses and collect all different kinds of crypto. And they give you time frames. So you can, some you can collect every minute, some you can collect every 5 minutes. Every 2 hours.
You have to be there to collect it, though?
Every 2 hours, yes. You have to be able to click on the tab, right?
Gotcha.
And then
And they threw it in your wallet?
Yeah.
Nice.
It is nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
So just for hanging out on Crex 24, you can just click some buttons and get paid in some crypto rewards, basically. You listen to that online, so you guys can hear that. Crex 24, find it. And Safe's trading at 7 cents. I like it.
It's becoming like they have odd coins, just like Safe, right?
Yep.
Like the Safe trade.
That could be the brand called the Odd Coin Market, eh? Hey! Love it. Darcy was an odd sod. What's the term there, odd sod? Is that Scottish? Is that Irish? Calling someone a sod? What the hell is that even? I don't know what that is. That's saggy grass? Is that wet grass? When you're playing golf and it's like, you just like, you're squishing in it? What is that? I don't know. Odd sod. By the way, Stefan reached out today too from Montreal. And he wants to do some biz and said hi to us all and asked him how we're doing and stuff, so that's cool.
When did he do that?
Just today, earlier today, I was chatting with him.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. The rankings thing, I didn't go over the gainers and losers.
I
Let's
sent
do
him a
that.
picture from,
Today?
just from right now, like from your presentation.
Thanks. Do
So,
that.
I wasn't sure. I mean,
I'm going to check the battery here too.
I didn't download it.
Oh, low battery mode. Let's keep going.
You know him?
Hi, everybody.
Pardon me?
You know him?
Yeah, he's one of my biggest.
Thanks for tuning in and watching, everyone. All right, so gainers and losers. Let's look over the last week. Let's see where the money is, okay?
See number 2? I told you about.
Yep. Zelcash, you told us about. Very good call. Give me 5, girl. Your eye on the prize. So, Zelcash is in at number 2. 121% gains in the last 7 days. That's really good. That's very good. It's incredibly good. And the other one, the Platon coin, PLTC. That bad boy is trading at 49 cents, and it had a 161% increase in the last 7 days. In the last 24 hours, we've had an 85% increase on ING, which is the Lungo coin, and it's trading at below a penny. It's not even a penny registered yet. And number 2 is the Myth coin, MITH, the Mithril. You know that one, eh? Tons of volume, 93 milli in the last 24 hours of volume for, an altcoin is massive. Yep, 64% up and only at 7 cents cost right now. That's very amazing, good project, good deal.
What market do they sell?
Which one?
Mithra.
Mithra, yes.
What exchanges are there?
I'll find it.
Lots.
I'll tell you here,
Oh,
yeah.
that's good. I like when they have lots.
Yeah.
So,
It's 122 ranks, that's still really
Oh,
good.
that's good.
Yeah. And you guys, like, there's so many ways to look at stuff, and I can teach you mindset all day, but I look at rankings, I look at a lot of things of the coin,
Markets,
try to find it.
everything.
Yeah,
That's
the
good. That's
markets.
very good. Binance.
So many things to look at.
Oh, no.
OKX is a really good exchange too. But yeah, there you buy it with Bitcoin in both those exchanges, and those are the two highest volumes in there too. They're 32 and 16% of the market.
What else they got?
Bithumb, OKX, and DigiFinex. Yeah. And you can buy it with USD Tether, Ethereum,
BTC,
and
good.
Bitcoin.
Bitcoin token, hit BTC.
Yeah, hit BTC,
Coin
CoinZest,
exchange,
Liquid Coin
they're good.
Exchange. Yeah.
They're everywhere pretty much.
Liquid. So there's a lot of people that watch even our program and hang here and stuff, and they're not even into altcoins at all, and then they're only like want to do Bitcoin and just hold it and stuff like this. And I totally applaud them, and I think it's lovely. But I also want people not to be so one-channeled and understand that there's a multitude of layers in this, and you can really make some wealth. But you just got to step up, understand the mindset, and get involved. And people want to discount that in a way because they tried $500 and lost it or whatever. But this is something you got to work at, and you got to like get into it over time, and you'll be good at it. It's like martial arts. You'll end up kicking ass and becoming a black belt.
And just like T said earlier, right? The end goal is to gather up Bitcoin.
It is so. The end goal is to accumulate as much Bitcoin as possible, and you make moves to do that. You got to make moves, man. You got to take budget. You got to risk it. You got to create capitalism, and then you got to bank back to Bitcoin and do it again. And do it again. And it's repetitive, but it's fun, and you get very explorative because you find out about all these projects and then what's coming down the line for the future. And I think that is still one of the key aspects. People still ask me, I'm out for dinner, and they're like, Bitcoin's dead. Why do you still give a shit about that? I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, you have no idea what's coming down the pipeline for us. You have, like, just I shared with you guys something, you have no idea what's going in this phone here. Like, you don't know, man. Like, the world is going to be bananas in 5 years. Like, it's just going to be, we thought we were overwhelmed. We thought we had a lot of shit to catch up on. People are going to be really, really excited about the near future, especially if they like software and stuff. And others are going to hate it. So we'll see what happens. They may not be able to keep up. So keep coming on Thursdays and keep keeping up because it's important for you guys to do that. Okay, Lungo Coin, ING. Let's see where this puppy is available. This is less than a penny. KuCoin?
Yeah, I know that for sure.
Good.
I was looking at it earlier today because it is on the list.
62 points up.
Yeah.
1,029 on the coin ranking, so it's a lot higher. The other one was in the hundreds. Hey! Look who it is. Welcome. I haven't seen you in a minute.
Another story goes on.
Go on the other side of Paul on that side. Take over that little corner on the other side of him there. Yeah. So KuCoin, IDEX, and Yobit. Kev, what was that thing that Yobit was telling us that they were giving something away in 48 hours or something? There was some crazy launch.
An IEO, right?
What's IEO stand for again?
Initial exchange offering.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah.
And
So the
launch-
exchanges now are launching projects of wealth potentially, right? Exactly.
All
So
of them
that-
are doing it.
Yeah.
Bittrex has a big one coming up on the 20th.
See, and that,
KuCoins did it last week with that MTV token.
yeah,
That's kind of the way it's heading, right?
it's getting interesting, isn't it?
It is.
That did not even exist 2 months ago. There was
Yeah,
nothing.
exactly, yeah.
Zero.
Exactly.
So in the last 2 months, we've got exchanges now being an IPO kind of idea, and they're pumping out their
and
product.
you know what I just saw? Binance has opened the DEX, so they're going to change. You're going to be able to trade your Binance coins.
Trade them for what?
Binance has launched its own blockchain, the Binance Chain Mainnet today, a highly anticipated blockchain protocol and support decentralized exchange.
Wow, what's it called?
Binance will soon, or will also open a decentralized exchange between April 19th to 22nd. Binance Coin, the native token of Binance, will operate as the main cryptocurrency of Binance Chain
My goodness.
and will be moved from the Ethereum network.
My goodness.
Currently, BNB remains as the most valuable token on Ethereum as an ERC20 smart contract token with a market capitalization of $2.95 billion.
It does.
Now, Zellcash has a
Binance
wallet.
Chain.
Zellcash is going on there too?
No, Zellcash has a wallet, which is a multi-currency wallet, and also all the APIs of Bittrex, Binance
And they're all plugged into it?
are all plugged into it, so you can trade from your wallet and not deal with the risk of
Sending your money.
Of
Very
sending your
cool.
money.
Very cool.
So that's what's pumping them up, because
Yep.
they're launching.
It keeps it all contained.
Their plan is to, because they're going to have their own chain, right? During the process of the mainnet launch, BNB, which currently just move over to the Binance chain for a mainnet switch. Doing so, Binance blockchain is also tempting for other crypto projects, many already on the Ethereum network, to migrate over. In the upcoming days, BNB will be created on Binance chain with 6 supply 200 million. And to replicate the exact supply of BNB on Ethereum, it will burn 11,654,298 BNB.
Amazing. So what they're doing is they're moving their coin from the Ethereum software to their own blockchain software, so that's a big deal. Their coin is like an investment in the company of Binance, which is the website I showed you guys, which is the world leader of exchanging cryptos. It's a world leader brand. So again, branding, buy into the brand. They're like the Apple of cryptocurrency right here, and their shares are $22 US right now in a sense, just all in a sense, right? And what he just told you is they just come out with their new software, and they're about to launch their own blockchain-based situation too. So it's just going to be bananas the amount of uplift you're going to make.
You watch.
Oh yeah.
I bought Binance 4 days ago, it went up already 20%.
See, 20% on your money. Mithril went up 71% here on Binance. Look at that. Myth is on
Binance.
Here's another thing. If the coin is actually listed on Binance, it's already a winner, right? Like it's kind of like it's already a winner. So if you're on Binance, you're part of the winners club, okay? Because they don't really accept any losers. They don't accept any whack shit. They don't like any of the shady business. And if they get any taste of it after it's been listed, they bounce you out like that, and they don't ask for any remorse. You're gone.
China.
Boom. So 24-hour change, what's the big dog on the block? Has been the Mithril coin. We just looked at that. It's gone up 72% on here. The Digex DAO one has gone up 30%, and the Red Pulse Phoenix has gone up 17, and the Gifto was 13. Binance coin almost 10. And away you go. Crypto.com is the MCO coin, which is that neat one. And then Bitcoin Cash SB is interesting because they're kicking that one out. It's still got some moves on there. So Chainlink was one of the ones that we talked about last week, that you can become bazillions on Chainlink. Yeah, and right now it's beyond a penny. It's like 1,000th or 100,000th of a penny. Like it's ridiculously cheap right there. And it's even up 4.5% today. So that's something to look at. Get your Chainlink out there. It's called Link. Yeah. Link's climbing up 5 points today. There's Zcoin, XZC. You guys know that one. BAT is huge too, and that one's always had a lot of lift. There's a lot of news out this last week about that one as well. So that's another thing. It's overwhelming. There's a lot to keep up with. It's like a whole other stock market. There's all these companies, all these symbols, all these exchanges, all these values, all these names, all this stuff, right? It's a whole other segment to wrap your brain around, get a layer into yourself about that, and then take it on as a hobby, and like we are. So it took me a long time. I'm not joking. It took me, oh man, at least a few months before everything really was like, apparent, right? It really was. Like I was looking at numbers and names and letters and all this stuff everywhere, and it all had to kind of get placed, in the mind, right? It took a while. Yeah, but once it's seated, now it's just like boom, 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 right? And now what I see is the new stuff, because I already, I'm so familiar with all these names and other things that the new stuff is actually apparent now, and it pops off. So it's great. I want to stress something too, that if you hold the Binance coin for wealth, and then you're going to go shopping with it to buy future wealth, you're limited about your choices though. You don't get to buy as many things, even in their system, as you can with Bitcoin or Ethereum. So keep that in mind. Some people think you can buy anything you want. You cannot. You can only buy from the list. And you click the tab for BNB markets, and it shows you, right? And Mithril is still that same one that's up there. Yeah. All right. So what else do we want to talk real quick? Probably wrap it up here soon. Cointelegraph, real quick.
That's what I was going to say about exchanges. Like you were saying before, I tried a few like CEX. None of them seem as good as Binance or Bittrex. coin's pretty, I like that one as
Yeah.
well.
Yep.
Yeah, I like Binance coins and Binance a lot.
Yeah.
I think one thing, well, just to play like, I'd say like devil's advocate a bit, just because like I'm a bit of a cynic towards a lot of these coins, and I really think most of the altcoins are complete scams. Even the ones that have gone up like 1,000, 2,000%, I think most have no product, are marketing, are hype, and are basically
he's right.
like borderline illegal. And also, it's just important to note when you're trading these, because like I think like just as an example, most of the value in these coins is derived from their access to liquidity. So if you look at what's on Binance, it's literally you get listed on Binance and suddenly you have access to liquidity in the markets, and that pumps your coin up.
Yep.
And there's nothing outside of that. Like if they got delisted,
Access to markets is a
if they got delisted from Binance, like with Satoshi Vision, the price just drops, and it's not so much because people lose faith in the coin. It's because they lose access. The coin loses access to liquidity, and then Binance's whole business proposition or model is essentially they make a fee off of people trading. So they make a fee off of people going from Bitcoin to Ccoin to all of these different coins. So their model is basically like for them to succeed as a company, they need people trading in and out of all these different coins constantly, and they recorded like record profits.
Yeah.
So like really, like if there's no product behind these coins, then then people are putting their fiat into the exchange, trading a bunch of what I would call shit coins. The exchange is making a bunch of money, and some people that are good traders are making money, and the vast majority of people are getting absolutely screwed. So I think it's just important to note when you go into this to, like if you're a passive investor that doesn't really know what he's doing, probably like just not play that game, because it's a zero-sum game. It's a negative zero-sum game. And in my opinion, just buying Bitcoin, because Bitcoin has a purpose. It's a store of value. It's deflationary. It's trustless. It is the first coin. And if you just buy Bitcoin, hold Bitcoin, dollar cost average into it, as we get close to the Bitcoin happening, I think you're gonna most likely, like for the vast majority of people, do better than trying to play the altcoin game. And yeah, like, and then, if they're already listed on Binance, it's already priced in, like that liquidity, so like the people that got in prior to its listing on Binance make a lot of money because they got in when it was $1 million. The coin gets listed on Binance, it has access to liquidity, it goes up to 20 million. If you're buying it subsequently, like after it's been listed on Binance, it's like that's already priced in, that liquidity. So,
Unless it's a top 10 product, you're wasting your time.
It's just a really risky, I don't know, it's a really tough game, and there's just a lot of like shady stuff going on in the space, and it's just important to note, if you're gonna try to trade these coins, and I like Binance because it actually is a real world like use case. Like it's legit. It's like people buy it, like they go on the exchange to buy Bitcoin. So like it's actually like a real world use case. Like, you need exchanges to be able to.
It trades $900 million in 24 hours right now. It's the fourth largest.
And you use it too to pay for all
Yeah.
You get 50% discount
50%
on all
discount.
your commissions if you
Yeah.
use Binance Coin. So when you go into the app, there's a little button that says use Binance for your trading fees, right? 50% off your trading.
Yeah, I guess a good way to put it is Binance provides a service in the real world.
Yeah.
Because people buy Binance Coin, they get a discount on their trades, they go on the exchange to buy Bitcoin. Like it's providing a real world service. In Bitcoin, it's used as a store of value. It's used to transact wealth across the world. It's going to potentially become a reserve currency like gold. It's got a use case. Like there's only there's probably like 10 coins that I think are legit, like coins that have a real world use case that are being used in the real world. And just like concisely, like if most of these coins, if they got delisted from Binance, they're done because they have no use case. Like they're propped up by nothing. They're people that are founding these companies to get you to give them your money in exchange for nothing, in exchange for marketing, in exchange for hype, and they're pretty scammy, you know. So it's just be careful.
Yeah, I'd like to add to that. If you're buying any altcoin, just have an exit strategy, and by that I mean check that it's on several exchanges and
Exit
actually go
strategy is
there.
huge.
Yeah, and actually check that. Go to the exchanges, just click and see the wall. You might find that there's no trade or
Yeah.
no volume. So like if you have 100,000 and if you wanted to sell it now, could you sell it on that exchange?
You could not.
And if you couldn't, then don't bother because it means you
Agreed.
left foot in the bag.
Agreed. See what she's doing. Some more crypto detectives. So go to the site, check the wall. If there's no buy, no sell, this is bunk, it's fake, you know, kind of thing or whatever, right? And don't even touch it.
They're doing 500,000 or more.
I agree.
Even a million.
Yeah, you have to have volume.
The Lumi wallet, I just want to tell you guys about, is lumiwallet.com. It allows you to collect gaming and all the stuff online. So you guys can collect crypto for all your games. And crypto games are taking off like crazy.
It is, it's crazy.
It's massive.
Well, do people have so much time they can just go and play games all day?
And they can, and they're making crypto rewards, right? So that's the
Yes.
key. So all these ones are real. And Crypto Kitties is out of Vancouver, and they've been in Calgary with a meetup like this, and they've come and showed everyone the game and all that from Vancouver, and showed us how to win and all that. So it's pretty cool. But Blockchain Cuties is a big one. A lot of people are into that one, and I know it's just games and fooling around, but it's part of the business too. And don't discount the gaming side of things, because in the game companies adopting crypto, there's going to be money. There's going to be capitalism in that. So keep that inclination connected in your mind.
Game
Right?
Stars.
Games are massive.
Game Stars token, GST.
Game Stars?
Yeah.
Is that another one on CoinMarketCap, or where's that one?
Yeah, it's on CoinMarketCap.
Okay. So with Safe Trade, you can also vote in certain kind of cryptocurrencies into the exchange. So that actually gives you a little bit of a democracy, and that's kind of cool. And you guys can see what's going on in there. And you can also follow a software called Discord. So some of you don't know that, but Discord is the one where everybody chats inside there, and they converse all around the topics. And there's a lot of companies that have a Discord chat channel. Kevin wants to get in there and talk to the CEO and see how things are, you know, if they're legit, and away you go. So they have 537 people online and 3,499 members in the Safe Coin Discord. So that's where it all happens, okay? So again, you guys might not use it, but Discord is an app on your phone, and it's a chat app too. Yeah, so you can have that and get involved with stuff, okay? There's a lot of people chatting on there. Here's a Safe Trade page, and you can see how it looks. It's pretty cool. You got your buy, sell, you got your trading history, what's cooking down there, and you've got your order book going, and then you've got your candlesticks and all the other stuff that goes on here, and a lot of comparisons, indicators, and it's pretty robust. Like, again, like I really like how they built this. It's clean, it's organized, it's nice, it works. It actually works really good.
Do you have a fiat pay?
A which?
Do you have a fiat pay like Canada?
No,
Oh, okay, just
not yet.
crypto.
Not yet. You still got to acquire, funds in another way. You can buy them from me. So if you want to get Bitcoin from me at any time, you guys know that. I can sell you some. You can e-transfer, and then you guys I can send it right into your account here in Safe Trade to your BTC wallet, and then you can just go ahead and do some trading, whatever you need. Keep that in mind. And I only charge the 5% on the Bitcoin. So buying and selling, both paying out, and that's what we do. So keep that in mind. What's that?
Cheapest in town.
Absolutely. Oh yeah. ATMs and all those things are way higher.
Oh, that's not crazy.
Can you talk about?
Oh yeah.
Can you talk about the wallets?
Yeah, you guys.
Yeah, which wallets?
I don't know.
Okay, blockchain. No, that's a good
Validity,
question.
about the validity, like how do you know they're legit and
Okay,
not
so
disappear on you? Like, I mean, what would you do for as far as?
Private.
there's a bunch of shoddy, fake, scammy wallets in the app stores. There just is.
Here's
And
something.
you got to be really careful what you download and what you get.
Here's something for everybody tonight.
Go.
If you don't have a blockchain.com wallet, go there, sign up, do your KYC, they'll give you 400 and some XLR.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you get 400 XLM coins just for getting the block. It's blockchain.com right
That's
here.
like 40
And this is the
$50
website.
US.
So if you want to get your first wallet and you want to be solid steel like Superman, get your blockchain.com. It comes out of Luxembourg. It was one of the first in the world. It's been the best since day one. One of the best since day one. And it never screws up. It never loses your money. It's super solid.
Yeah.
And it's very secure. You can do PIN 4-digit pin. Let's find out. See? Yeah, that's the logo. Yeah, the diamond. That's the one. Yeah, make sure because they have knockoffs on Binance and the App Store. They have fake things and they just take your info and stuff. There's a lot of knockoffs, man. I don't like this stuff. I hate that. Yeah, but you can see what they're.
You just gotta do your KYC and they'll send you the coins.
You can move coins around too.
No, easy. They're just asking for.
And I don't even go over some of the nerdy stuff of this,
Proof of address.
but with Bitcoin and any of the blockchain stuff, you can paste your blockchain address right into this box here, and it will give you a ton of information of where it was transacted, what time it was, how many confirmations it took, all the stuff, where if it's finished, it actually the money got there. Because people lie. They do scams online. Yeah, send me the Bitcoin, and then, oh, I never got it. You'll send it again. All this monkey business, right? You can go here right now and paste in any of those addresses or anything, and your own even from where you sent it, and it will show you where it ended up and things like that. So it's very powerful, the Block Explorer. It gives you a lot of data and info. So use that often. And you get to claim your free Stellar XLM before they run out. So get some of that too. I use Jack's Liberty. Yes, I do still today. Yeah. That's another wallet you guys can get from Canada. If you don't have it, it's called Jack's Liberty. JAXX
Okay, yeah.
Liberty, and you can exchange funds inside it, and it's made in Toronto, and it's really powerful. It holds tons of different coins. And the Jax was old before, and then they came out with a whole new product called the Liberty, and it's a brand new product. Yep. And it works great, and Paul's got it too, and a lot of people have it. It's multi-platform, multi-currency. It's awesome. And there's news in it now, and the news is really good. It's awesome. The Jax wants to be the millennial wallet, you know, for all the young people. And it gives you the latest blockchain headline news, real-time market data, portfolio. You can exchange between assets all in one convenient place. Very cool. Some people phone me, Jan, I need some Ethereum to do that STO purchase, right? And then I'm like, hey, get the Jax wallet. I'll send you some Bitcoin there, and then in the wallet you can transfer to Ethereum and then go do your thing. So it's a very useful tool, and then they don't have to, you know, jump around and do some moves. And there's many ways to do moves. You guys are doing them. You know that. Like you might have even perfected your moves by now, because you could have been quirky about it before and less organized, and then you just get better and better all the time. Jax, one of the things I like about it is it works on the Chrome browser as an attachment to the Chrome browser, and that is good and bad. It's good for you. It's bad for, you know, people that get into your laptop if you're not secure. But it's definitely good for you, right? Keep that in mind. Secure everything. Let's touch down on security for a minute. Most people leave their phones with a password, and we trust a lot of things. This is money, ladies and gentlemen. Have a PIN. Take advantage of every single thing the app offers you for security. 2FA, Google, two-factor authentication. Download that app from Google. Use that 6-digit number to get into your stuff. Have it on your Binance, your Bittrex. Don't scrimp. Don't be lazy. You know, this is money. Get all over it and get your security dialed and make sure all your accounts and everything are secure. Okay, please. And backed up. Backing up is triple importante, because just those 12 words that they're going to ask you to write down on a paper and put in your file cabinet, I do a few things with it. I take a picture of it and send it to an email address that I hold things in for future on the cloud. I put it in the filing cabinet and I have it in my notebook. You want to put your access words away and back up everything you've got. Very important. And then what happens when you're at the bar and it's stampede and all of a sudden your phone goes in the toilet, right? And it's done now. You can go get a new phone from Rogers on Monday, and then you can get those apps downloaded on Monday, and then you can actually relight up your account and put in your password, and all your money comes back. Like Eureka, right? If you didn't do your diligence and you didn't do your backing up and writing your shit down, don't be surprised when your phone goes in the toilet and later you can't get your money back. And then you're yelling at the app, you're yelling at the iPhone store, and nobody can help you. Nobody. Because even the company itself does not know your password, it never will, and they can never help you. So it's just not possible. There's no support. So it's all on you, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to crypto. It's all on you. Yeah. It's called a 12-word mnemonic password or private keys. Okay, a lot of people talk about them differently. Sometimes they're represented differently. But overall, it's a 12-word password. They call it your private keys or your mnemonic password. and it is never stored on the server of the company or the app. So they can't ever help you. You can't call support and say, hey, my shit's screwed up and I need help. They don't have it. They don't have it to help you. It's stored with you. And these are securely stored on your device. So if your device takes a bath, make sure you have backup. Really, really important. And more software is going to have facial and retina recognition and stuff like that. It's all coming. So that's going to be slick. It already incorporates the fingerprint and also do a PIN number. And some people do the same PIN as all their bank cards, which is kind of stupid if you lose all your stuff. Or do a separate PIN, you know, and have two going on and stuff like that. So
I think it's important for people to have
separate numbers and everything.
and
separate everything.
Have a notebook to keep track of your stuff.
Notebook in the safe, 100%. Set up a different email for crypto. Okay, don't go in there with your work email and start signing up for everything on crypto. Like, don't be a donkey, right? Make your own Gmail, get a whole nother one, and rock and roll with that, okay? And then that way you keep things centralized and organized, okay? Importante again. Yeah, polymath is really big. You guys can write that one down if you haven't heard of it. It's going to be huge in the near future too.
And that's Canadian too.
Yeah, it is. And Jax is 85 digital assets right now because someone asked me how many, and I never knew. So it's 85. It's pretty cool. So there you go, ladies and gents. That is one of the best apps in Canada, jaxx.io, and that's the website, and that is Jax. And they have a success team available 7 days a week for you. If you need them. And then the other app is Blockchain Wallet, and it is blockchain.com, and it is one of the world's most secure, long-standing, high-end wallet. They're on version 4.11.12, which tells me a lot, and that means they're really good. And they give you a lot of ways to sign in, wallet IDs, and all kinds of killer stuff so you don't get screwed in there. We talked about SafeCoin tonight to recap. SafeCoin's made in Calgary. The website for SafeCoin is safecoin.org, and the exchange that goes with the company is safe.trade. And those are Calgary-based, awesome projects. Get behind them. We talked about Discord tonight. You can get online and you can find out a lot of things. You can talk to people in Pakistan. You can talk to people in Philippines. You can talk to people in Africa. Wherever you like, everybody's on Discord, and the whole bloody world is talking crypto on there. Blockfolio, 8,000 cryptocurrencies, 300 plus exchanges, one of the best apps. I love it. Lumi Wallet, we talked about that one tonight. This is the gamers' fave right now, so it's big right now, and you can get paid and all that stuff inside it, and collectibles. Binance, we talked about the actual company. We talked about their mainnet upgrades coming up. In the news, it said that Binance is coming out on April 23rd for their mainnet swap. So write that down, everybody. April 23rd is going to be a big change in Binance, and you're going to see a lot of capitalism occur because of this. Trust me. China's just watching this like a hawk. So it's going to go bananas. And their new Binance blockchain-based coin is going to be BEP2, which is a whole new type of security and obviously programming. And I'm excited to see where that goes because I have a feeling that Binance is going to sell their programming to other companies now, and they're going to do what they did with Ethereum, and they're going to bank off of their coin. And Binance is a very sharp outfit, and I am the brand lover of Binance, and I'm invested in Binance, and I follow it big time, so I love it. Oh yeah, oh yeah. It's $22 right now. Their coin is taken. It's going bananas. It is so. Yes, it is. Yeah, yeah. It's BNB is a symbol, and this is the one company, Alan, that is like legit growing and like doing big moves. Like nobody else is doing what these guys are doing. Nobody.
Like real world, you were talking about real world.
Yeah.
We're talking about that. That's the way banking works. Incentives. How do you get the middle of that? That's called banking.
BNB.
Yeah. You know what? Like there are a few things recently that are huge.
There's what? Yes.
They don't want to come in here, yeah.
Yeah.
They don't want to come in here, but they said that they want to keep every card. Perfect. Thank you.
I'll get another one too.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, yeah.
We're gonna go up there and have something.
Let's see if I have some. If I have some, I'll get you one.
You have a gold one?
I just wrote something, and I do so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a silver one. But I just
Just
got
go
it.
for it.
So happy. At one point, anytime.
Well, Darcy is way closer to my house, so he'll come out for his tomorrow.
Oh, come on.
Just come over. I got you. I got a box of them, but I'm running out. I'm running out of my little electric coins. Anyway, we're going to sign off tonight. Thanks for coming out, everybody. Thanks for being part of the Bitcoin workshops. We're on number 84. We are in a 5-year plan for all of you listening and all of you that come out every week and hang out with me. I am in a 5-year bubble of using cryptocurrency to my capitalistic advantage. Hopefully it works out. I'll give you guys some stats at month 60, and we'll see how we do. But right now, it's a long-term thought in a 5-year window, which isn't that long of a sum. And then I might even change that to a 10-year plan by the time we get to 5 years. We'll see how this thing goes.
You know what, Jet? I think it's going to go so well.
Me too.
I think 5 years is like
still short? Or perfect?
Perfect time frame.
Thank you.
We hit the 2024.
Yes, we do. We started in 2017, and if you do the 5-year like I'm saying, it's going to be amazing, right? We're going to go to 2022 fall would be 5 years. Yeah, September 2022.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. Thanks for signing in, everybody.
For all those that are under 60, yeah.
Yeah.